Hey guys, I'm Ornella Hernandez with Web3 TV, and I'm at the Theater of Digital Arts for the Crypto Oasis Art Talks event. And I'm here with Asif, one of the speakers tonight from Artfi. I loved your speech, by the way. Great speech. I wanted to learn a little bit more about when you said that art was inaccessible, but now it's not. What does that mean?
Thank you very much for having me again. It was a good time on Friday to have the conversation about art. So when we say art was not accessible, it represents a majority number of percentage of people that we have in the world. So it was always accessible for 4% of the people in the world. But since artists tried their level best to go to the masses, but the same sort of art was not available for them. It was a different form of art. It was lithograph, serigraph, prints, etching, but not that masterpieces. That was not. They tried to go to the masses for a different medium. So they made accessible, but not the same canvas. What we are doing here is we are making it possible and accessible, the same canvas, that collectively and collaboratively all these 10 numbers of people will be participating financially also, and also to have the warmth of art that we feel, that we want. So that's what I meant when I said it was not accessible. But it is now accessible thanks to technology, underlying technology that we have. Yeah.
Okay, and so Artfi plays a big role in making art more accessible to people.
On blockchain, we are the only company that is making it possible. There are a lot of companies who are bringing digital asset from the derivative and generative side of art, right? We are bringing the physical asset and making it digitally available for people as share of that particular painting. So it's quite unique approach which we are bringing to the ecosystem as a first player now. But of course, if you want 100% adoption, 100% participation, I always use word DAP, so which means distribution, and then adoption, and then participation.
The acronym DAP, distribution. Okay.
So in order to get everything or anything, like for a shoes, for a clothes, for art, for anything, to actually go to the masses, you have to follow this 3 process. The first is you have to set up a distribution line, be it infrastructure setup or something like that, and then you have to let people feel adopted by that. Once this happens, then participation begins. So if you say 10,000 people watches one match in one point in time on a screen, what does this represent? This represents the participation. But if you break the participation into before parts, comes adoption and then distribution. So there was a TV, there was a playground, there was a something.
So we're still in the distribution phase.
Yeah, 100%. We are in some of the cases we are still in the distribution, but in some of the cases we have crossed the distribution, like in cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin.
Right. That's advanced enough, yeah.
And then it will come the participation, where different players, different organizations will participate in the peer-to-peer payment service that we have. But distribution is done. Adoption is what we are in the face of.
Oh, okay, I see. So then,
just a distribution now for us.
And when it comes to generative art, like you mentioned, I think there's still, NFTs, there's a lot more adoption on that end.
It is. So it was very quick hyped. So, but distribution could not happen the way it should happen. That's my personal opinion, okay? Distribution takes time. It never happens in 1 year, goes $45 billion market and drop to $7 billion market. That's not the real participation, distribution, yeah. So for me, it's still in the distribution phase. And you never know the distribution will lead you to the adoption or not, because the breakdown has come in between of that phase.
Right, I guess it's still to be determined in a way. Okay, I see. That's an interesting way to look at it. And so when it comes to NFTs and more digital art, how do you work with artists themselves? Yeah? How is that collaboration like?
Yeah, so primarily we work with blue chip art. So we have in blue chip names who are alive is Banksy, Shasha Jaffrey from British side of art. So as a company, we consign the piece of art, be it from the artist or be it from the seller. Seller can be like dealer or you or collector. We take 20% seller commission to sell their paintings. It's a very traditional way of selling and buying art. So we collaborate if the artist is alive, or we consign if artist is no more. But majority of the cases, the blue chip names of the world, primarily from modern contemporary fine art, global fine art, they are no more. I mean, we don't have them. So Picasso we don't have, Van Gogh we don't have. Few of them are available, so yeah, it goes directly collaboration sometimes goes through the channel which is gallery or collector or someone else. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And how did it feel to speak tonight in front of this audience at the Crypto Oasis event here in this beautiful theater?
I wanted to talk more about blockchain technology and the utilization of technology, but since I understand this is more of curated show kind of thing, so I was limited to the historical references of distribution. That led to adoption and participation, and that's how we participating in the whole role, where technology is playing a role from the distribution to the adoption to the participation. So I was very limited in conversation, but yeah, I felt very good. This is something that you meet like-minded people who appreciate art, who understand the overall ecosystem in general. I cannot say no to crypto or blockchain and say yes to art. It's a great amalgamation that we are building. So I have to be in both the sides of. We are still in Web 2.0, 2.5. So it's a long way to go. Yeah.
How long do you think it's going to take until we get to that final Web3 phase?
There's no precise years, but I feel from here, 3 to 4 years down the line, the distribution and participation will be different on a different level. The percentage will be very high, and then we can see that there is acceptance that is coming in. End of the day, acceptance is there.
All right, we'll see. Well, thank you so much.
I feel things will be more stable.
Okay, 3 to 5 years. All right, we'll see.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.